In verse 38 we saw the state of worthiness, yogyata, patrata, identity of an atmarthi, the qualities, the virtues which makes one worthy of self-realization. In verse 39 and verse 40, what if we have not attained that worthiness? And what if we have attained that worthiness? Dashana evi જ્યાં સુધી અને આવે જ્યાં એવી દશા. Two verses. First one, દશા નથી આવી તો શું થાય? Second, એવી દશા આવી તો આગળ શું થાય? Whole sequence. In two verses, he'll be showing 40 and 41. He'll be showing the whole sequence from worthiness to nirvana. So we can see, in other words, 14 Gunstanak will be shown. So in verse 39, until one attains such a state of worthiness as shown in verse 38, he is not qualified to attain the experience of the pure self. So you must be doing a lot of study, lot of rituals, lot of meditational practices, and still not experiencing your pure self, and you feel stuck and you don't know what else is needed. And Prabhu says, Patrata, you have not attained the basic virtues for qualifying for that experience. So the gadbad is not in the method of meditation, not in your nityakram, maybe not even in your lifestyles, but the basic virtues which are needed are not absent. So you are not qualified for experience. So by using the method of negative assertion, nathi, dasha evi nati, that is called the method of negative. And che bolo to, that is the method of positive. So in verse 39, what is explained? Till the state of worthiness has not been achieved negatively. And in verse 40, when one achieves that worthiness, so positive, method of negative assertion, method of positive assertion. So in this verse, by using the method of negative assertion, what does Bhagavan say?
દશાનૈવી જ્યાં સુધી જીવ લહે નહીં જોગ, મોક્ષ માર્ગ પામે નહીં, મટે ન અંતર રોગ.
Dasha na evi jya sudhi. First line, the first part. Dasha na evi jya sudhi. Dasha na evi. Which dasha? The dasha shown in verse 38, namely Kashanyub Shantata Matra Moksha. So Dashana evi, so the state of worthiness, as stated in verse 38, do not exist. Jyasudhi, so long as or so long as. जीव लहे नहीं जोग. Jeev lahe nahi jog. So jog is the association of a Sadguru. Jog. And lahe nahi means can't take the advantage. So it actually does not become beneficial. Jeev dasha na evi jya sudhi, till that inner state of worthiness is not achieved. Those virtues are not gained. Jeev lahe nahi jog. This favorable situation, circumstances, all manushya bhav, etc., etc. But here we are talking of the association of the Sadguru mainly, because that's the most important, most rare, rarest of the rare, and you have had an association, but you can't take the advantage, you can't derive the benefit. You understand the first line? Dasha naivi jha sudhi jeev lahe nahi jog. So in the yog, he doesn't get the benefit, the jog. Actually, it's yog, Sadguru yog. So Sadguru yog, no benefit level is jog. Something like this we had studied during 569 also. Tatha Rup Jog, etc. So he knows when to use the word yog and when to use the word jog. Though he needs a rhyming for rog, the next line, the last word is antar rog. So he could have written yog also, he could have written jog, but here he wants to say jog means taking the advantage. Having a yog and taking advantage of the yog, or say benefit. Benefit from the yog. So very beautifully, what if you have a Sadguru also, and what if you get his satsang also, and what if you get his seva also? That state of worthiness is not there, you are not going to benefit. So don't ask for more, ask for the worthiness. Because if you are a worthy soul, then even if you are in Viraha, Lalluji Muni, you can attain. And if you are not a worthy soul, if you get to sleep on the same khatla, because that's the word I used when I was talking about Popat Manji. Same bed and same plate. He had the advantage, or he had the opportunity to have food from the same plate. So, wonderful, right? But Jeev lahe nahi jog. To the extent Bhagavan had to say, you did not benefit as much as you could have. As much as you could have benefited. Why only 4 Bhakta Ratnas? You could have been the 5th one if you would have created that inner worthiness. So you are understanding the first line correct? Dasha na evi ja sudhi jeev lahe nahi jog. Jeev lahe yog. Even if you are not worthy, you can have an association of a Sadguru. So yog shabda cannot fit here. So right and so beautifully said. But how much ever your punya is favorable to you, your karmas are basically favorable to you, but the whole marg, the path of liberation, depends not on punya, it depends on your worthiness. It has been very clear in the first line. So, Dasha naivi jasudhi jeev lahe nahi jog, cannot take advantage of the association of a Sadguru. And then what happens? Moksha marg pame nahi. Path of liberation is not attained. He does not even understand what is the correct path, or he cannot even proceed on that path. He cannot even go ahead on the path. So the feeling of dullness, the feeling of stuck, the feeling because you are lacking in worthiness. So he's given us all the answers here. And mate na antar rog. Mate na, not cured. Antar rog. Rog means disease. Antarrog is disease of delusion or disease of ignorance is not going to be cured. So what is the solution? Increase your worthiness. What else? Don't increase your nitya and don't increase your meditation practice. Increase your worthiness. So how beautiful your meditation will go depends on how you are before and after the meditation, not during the meditation. So we focus basically on during the meditation, and Bhagwan focuses more on before and after the meditation. If you are not with Maitri, Pramod, Karuna, Madhyastata, Vairagya, Upsham, all the attributes which have been mentioned in verse 38. So even if you feel your meditation has gone very well, very soon you'll feel stuck. You're not moving ahead. Okay? So, short meaning. So long as, very nicely said, Ja Sudhi, so long as. If you change, everything will change. But so long as the soul does not attain such a state of worthiness, bracket as stated in verse 38, cannot take the advantage of the association of a Sadguru and other favorable circumstances. He does not attain the path of liberation, and his inner disease of self-delusion, meaning ignorance of the nature of the self, also does not get cured. Liberation is not possible without self-realization. That was very clear. Absolute or complete liberation is just not possible without. Obviously, that is, if you say that is 14, so self-realization is Gunsthanak 4. If that is 14th Gunsthanak, this is 4th Gunsthanak. So liberation is not possible without self-realization, and self-realization is not possible without attaining these virtues, the worthiness. To attain these virtues is also not simple, not easy. As we saw yesterday, you have to really battle with your sanskars. Everything was so good, one wrong association, negligence in your focus, and you see your state going down. Everything remains same outside your face, your words, your behavior, but your inner state goes down. Why? Because you have to literally battle, as Dr. Mansi repeated today, it was said yesterday, you have to battle with what? Two things. What? Internal confusions, you are not clear what you want, or external temptations. You may be clear, but you make a wrong choice, and then you see your state going down. So it's not going to be simple, it's not going to be easy. First, there is a lot of confusions. Now there is clarity with satsang, but lot of temptations. First, there were a lot of confusions within only. With satsang, you have a clarity, proper clarity. You don't need to meet me. You are an idiot if you want to meet me. Everything was told to you, everything. You were cautioned, you were warned. If you want to go on the wrong path, you have to bear the consequences. You go on the right path and you, antarrog mate, moksha marg male. I'm saying it positively. You said negatively. So, cannot be achieved, this target of yours, self-realization, and the goal of yours, liberation. Goal, liberation. Target, self-realization. He is giving us one more sub-target, increasing your worthiness, checking your virtues. If you're not feeling well today, internally obviously, externally has to, you must not feel very, very well today. You have sat in the cold for 2 hours yesterday. તો થોડું અહીંયા ને થોડું અહીંયા ને થોડું અહીંયા તો કોઈને બી દુખે. So I'm not talking of that. That's a matter of 1 or 2 days. Just bunk yoga today and you'll be fine. If you're not feeling well internally, some gutbud in either all your virtues or one of the virtues, some gutbud is there. Now this clarity you must have. Don't get confused in life. With a Sadguru in life and with satsangs in life, I don't know if you are yet confused, that means you are not met a Sadguru only. I'm understanding the battle with temptations. I'm understanding that. It's a long process. It's not a strong, simple one or an easy one. But confusion, everything is so clear. If you are going to have chili powder, you are going to feel spicy and thirsty. It is inevitable. Everything happening to you is perfect. You step on a thorn and it pricks you and you may start bleeding. So that is a perfect thing happening because you have stepped on a thorn. Very clear? So I was telling you yesterday that it's a battle. Internal confusions, external temptations, but you can't even blame the stimulus or the stimuli because it's because of your sanskars and instincts getting manifested. So you need that tyag, vairagya, restraints. You don't know yourself. Why? Because you don't know your subconscious mind. You don't know yourself. Of course you know your conscious mind. You know your face. You know your body. You know your conscious mind also maybe. But you don't know how many sanskars you have in your subconscious mind. And they may weaken you. So when you take a wrong decision, everything is fine for some time. And then when your subconscious, the sanskars in the instincts in your subconscious mind, when they get fidgeted and erupt, and that is the time you say, I'm not in my hands. Like, I'm just getting dragged into it. So you should have been cautious before. Why all this tyag, sanyam, maryada, why the do's and don'ts were given? For your safety, not to bind you, to actually free you. It was for freedom. It was never a bondage, but we never understood because of our ignorance, because of our ego, and because of our intense desires. We never understood. So these virtues cannot be achieved without a deep yearning for liberation. Kam ek atmarthanu. Kam ek atmarthanu. I only want my spiritual welfare now. I don't mind my ego getting crushed. I don't mind my desires going unfulfilled. But I'm not going to compromise on my spiritual welfare. So now you see how important is that line of that verse. Kam ek, you don't have that deep yearning, you are going to falter in your virtues. You will lose your worthiness. Everything will become a pressure for you. Satsang, bhakti, nityakram, your seva, everything is going to be a burden to you. And finally you will feel, I was better in my sansaric, worldly life. You go back to the worldly life, you go back to your worldly life and you feel worse. And in that you might lose your whole lifetime. So, थोड़ी हिम्मत तो करनी पड़ती है. So, if you attain these virtues, if you are successful in attaining these virtues, consider, you can say almost the whole battle of self-realization is won. Now that dhyan thing is just, fashion. It's not so difficult. That stillness, that concentration, that focus, it's very easy if you are successful in cultivating these virtues. You have won almost the whole battle of self-realization. So see the sadhanas he wants us to do and see the sadhanas we are doing. 4 વાગ્યાનું ઉઠીને ગાંડાની જેમ કરે છે. 4 વાગ્યાનું ઉઠે છે. Very few maybe. So what sadhanas he wants you to do? So the inner work, if you remember what the Antar showed, the inner work started with introspection, which leads you naturally into contemplation and effortlessly into meditation. You have to put lot of effort for meditation, means you have not yet. So someone sent me an email yesterday, I want to start my meditative journey. What do you suggest? A very nice question. What is your agna for that? So first I want to say, no, don't go for meditation. You might feel you are doing a lot of good things when you are missing out on the vital things. So first I decided not to say no for meditation. I actually typed the whole message also. One name is never available now. The whole afternoon he's on the temple site. So it's me who is answering everything. Maulik is also not available. 3 o'clock and he's out of the room. બધા 6 વાગે પાછા ભેગા થઈએ. 3 to 6. Not loneliness, solitude. Oh, it's like a dessert for me. So I was typing. Then I said, no, I'm not going to say his, her. Let the person begin with 10 minutes. But not more. Even if you're feeling nice. Because I don't want the focus to be changed. If I would have said 60 minutes, that person would have done 60 minutes. But the focus would have changed into more of meditation than checking the worthiness. Go ahead for some time and then crash. So I said only 10 minutes. How much ever good you feel, you are not allowed 11 minutes. Alarm સાથે 10 minutes. Means 12 minutes ભૂલચૂકમાં બી નહીં થવું જોઈએ. This is not that you are a weak person. I don't want your focus to change. Okay. So long as one does not attain the worthiness, and that too, it is mentioned in verse 38. I am repeatedly saying, because if this verse is studied independently, you don't know, you don't understand Dashana. AV. AV means what? AV is not audio video department. AV means as mentioned in the previous verse or stanza or gatha, whatever. So if you are studying it independently, so AV would mean, that's why I have put it in brackets, verse 38. And I am repeatedly saying that. If it's studied separately, individually. So till that is not attained, the disease you want to get rid of, remove, cure. Which disease? Of wrong beliefs. Is not going to be possible. You are not going to be internally healthy. Internally. You are not going to be healthy because that disease will be there. I'm talking of the internal disease. Very, very clear. So as a result of your punya or say strong merits of the past or say auspicious karmas. If you don't understand punya, so I'm giving you different options for that. Auspicious, fruits of the auspicious karmas you have done, auspicious actions you have done, in your acts you have done in your previous births. or say previous, past, by previous birth also, past. So, as a result of the fruits of your punya, your past good acts, possible you get the association of a Sadguru and many other favorable circumstances. Now, I don't need to explain that here. Some are here for since a year, some are here since 6 months. So, all these favorable conditions, not only association of a Sadguru, but a conducive atmosphere also. Healthy body, healthy mind, ફૂડની કાંઈ ખટપટ નહીં, એટલે થોડી ઘણી હોય તો જાતે કરી દેજો તમે, બટ એમ ખાસ નહીં. સો એવરીથિંગ ફ્રોમ ધી વેધર to the conducive atmosphere of bhakti, satsang, everything. So, all this you have attained not because you must listen to me, not because of your worthiness. You have attained this by punya. And what you are feeling within is because of your worthiness, not because of your punya. Such metaphysical stuff, he puts it in such a simple words. Such metaphysical stuff, I would say Dravyanu. That's why I'm using the word metaphysical. What you are feeling within is not because of your punya, is because of, you say, self-effort or worthiness. And whatever you are getting in this world, outside, is only because of your punya. Don't take it for your worthiness. If you are staying with a Sadguru 24/7, don't consider it as your worthiness. And if you are a Bhakta, you should consider it grace. Don't even analyze that these are fruits of my punya karma. Because the inner happiness and joy you are experiencing is because of His grace. Even this association can be a burden to you. But the joy, the peace, the security you are experiencing internally is because of His grace. So, is it very clear? So, association of a Sadguru and other favorable circumstances, or say conducive atmosphere, etc., are because of the fruits of your past karmas. And for the inner delusion, the disease of inner delusion to be cured or removed, you need that worthiness. I'm saying it again and again to make it very, very clear before I leave this topic and go for the next step after worthiness, which will come in the next verse. So this has to be very clear. So anytime, don't ask me, why am I feeling stuck? Ask yourself, where have you missed out in the first, second, third, or fourth? Imagine coming compassion. You always knew what pranidaya meant. But now when you heard the word compassion is a must for worthiness, now you understand seva also becomes must. So wherever you become dry, that seva will help you to feel that compassion within you, that love. Because when you are on the path of that antarmukhata, you might miss out on compassion. Because you are so self-focused. I'm not saying selfish. I'm saying focus on the self. Somewhere you miss out on compassion. You miss out on worthiness. So compassion is a fourth pillar. How much ever upshantata, upsham gun is important, how much ever the vairagya is important, the samvek part is the desire, exclusive desire, of liberation is important. even compassion is important. I've taken a whole Paryushan in US, India on Maitri, Pramod, Karuna, Madhyasa, that friendliness is important, that compassion is important, that love for others is important. So this is what Jainism insists on, and this is what Param Kripadev has emphasized. So only miss out on Karuna, you are missing out on self-realization. Because the worthiness is not complete. So miss out on this simple thing and you miss out on liberation. So the importance of these four. Okay. So now when one gets an association of a Sadguru, he gets a chance to listen to him. Say let's start with darshan. So he gets a chance of darshan, and I can't translate it into English because see I can't say. So darshan is darshan only. So you get a chance of, I'm saying you got a chance of association of a Sadguru. So what all you will get? Darshan, you will get a chance of listening to him. After listening, you'll get a chance of seva also. So when you listen to him, with interest of course, with that enthusiasm, you try to grasp the meaning, retain the meaning in your minds, in your hearts, as thoughts in your mind, as feelings in your heart. Retention is only not blah 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 parrot. The same feeling comes again and again. So that is also called retention. So not only as thoughts, intellectual people will do it by thoughts, but the less intelligent will do it with feelings and he wins. Because the feelings means the bhavna. That bhavna comes again and again. So that is also memorizing and that is also retention. And that's more important than even remembering the words. So sometimes when you all praise, wow, he did really good in his quiz. He could speak the exact words which Bapa said. You should see my face. I don't feel that type of appreciation. I said, that's fine. But till the feelings come again and again, I don't feel you have done paravartana. That's not wrong, but that does not need so much appreciation also. Appreciation is when those feelings come back to you again and again. Okay. So he gets a chance of darshan, shravan, seva. After shravan, he gets a chance of contemplating over it, retaining it, because when you go on repeating it, it sticks. You tend to arrive to right conclusions. Your equations start changing and you tend to arrive to right conclusions. You decide the experiments you want to do. See, all this you have been doing. So, tick karo, lak nahi karo, tick karo. Yeah, after every satsang, I give myself one experiment to do. So, experiments. And eventually you attain self-realization. So, from association of a Sadguru to self-realization. So, the process, very simple: association, listening, retention, conclusions, experimentation, and attainment of self-realization. Very simple. Association of a Sadguru, self-realization. Tell me what? So, shravan, listening, grasping, retention, right conclusions, experimentation, and simple. But this process, this verse tells us, is only possible if you have cultivated that worthiness. Or what would happen? Because of your punya, you will get association. Because of your punya, you will get satsang also. And then it will stop. This much punya can do for you. But because you have not created worthiness, and Param Kripadev was very, very insistent on this worthiness, he would actually create a report card of everyone. This person is very intelligent, but he does not have worthiness. This person is doing a lot of seva, or say he cannot do seva, but he is a very worthy person. He could create, means he would only see the worthiness and not what you are doing. So you can't hide anything from a Sadguru. He is going to see your worthiness only. So without that worthiness, what is that worthiness? Passions are pacified. Exclusive desire of liberation has been attained. Detachment has risen within you. Detachment. And fourth, compassion emerges out of you. Simple. I don't know why I took 1 hour yesterday. I just finished in 1 minute. Passions pacified. Exclusive desire for liberation has been attained or risen, whatever. Detachment has attained or risen, whatever. બધામાં એક જુદો જુદો શબ્દ લખી દેજો. And compassion emerges from you. You don't have to take any vrat for compassion. Compassion naturally flows within you, from you. So, if you are worthy, then listening to a Sadguru, if you are worthy, then listening to a Sadguru is going to bring transformation. Inner transformation. External can come out of your head. I want to take Diksha, etc., etc. But internal transformation, when you are happy with yourself, so this is the meaning I give to internal transformation. You have not attained Keval Nan, still you are happy with yourself. So this is the internal transformation. What else? And actually, if you have created the worthiness, you will actually feel the teachings of a Sadguru. I have to keep the Guru upper, right? So I'm putting here, I can say teachings of a Sadguru. So, teachings of the Sadguru penetrating into your heart. Just visualize that blotting paper, ink spilled on the ground. You put the blotting paper and everything is sucked, absorbed. So ત્યાં blotting paper ઉપર છે એટલે આમ કહીએ, here I said it penetrates in your, I didn't say mind also. If I say mind also, it's pretty fine. But I want to say heart. On everything now becomes an experience on the feeling level. You understand, right? Feeling level. When the satsangs penetrate, there is no desire for a coffee also. There is no desire for the food also. For that also you have to stop the yagna. Are you understanding? Penetrating. So this worthiness and everything penetrates. This worthiness is not there. This is a hard, rigid surface. Teachings. Through your mouth, you will be advising others. Or not even advising others. You are not even interested in that. See the rigid surface, the hard surface. But your punya is great. So you get the teachings of a Sadguru. But nothing penetrates. You have this worthiness, beautiful worthiness. and everything penetrates and goes through the feeling levels. Your feelings change. Your thoughts change. Obviously, your actions and your words are going to change. If your thoughts and feelings change, you don't have to put an attempt, extra effort to change your words and behavior. It's going to follow. So beautiful. So, your foundation of eligibility has to be built. Verse here speaks negatively. If your foundation of eligibility has not been built firmly, your listening, your study, your rituals, your austerities, your renunciation, everything is going to go in vain. Say a whole year of association of a Sadguru may also go in vain if the foundations of your eligibility is not strong, firm. So how much has he focused? He showed the qualities needed for the worthiness in 38. 39 again he's saying, if this is not there, then everything is going to go waste, in vain. And now positively he'll be saying in the next, because of this worthiness, just see how everything blossoms within you. So 3 verse you can say is on worthiness. And only one line how this worthiness is going to help you to attain nirvana. So I said half the battle is won. I didn't say half also, I said almost won. You achieve this worthiness and the battle of self-realization is almost won. You'll be seeing in the next two stanzas only જ્યાં પ્રગટે સુવિચારના ત્યાં પ્રગટે નિજ જ્ઞાન જે જ્ઞાને ક્ષય મોહ થઈ પામે પદ નિર્વાણ. In one verse he finishes the whole path of liberation. But he takes 3 verses to explain worthiness and the importance of worthiness. This is a unique thing of Param Kripalu. Only a worthy person can pick up the unique messages of a Sadguru. The rest all you will find in the scriptures. There are some unique contribution and that only a worthy disciple can pick. This unparalleled, this never heard of. This so subtle, so sukshma, gupta. Only a worthy disciple can decode it. Because the words used is, and that's why when I had composed that, it was not a composition, an independent composition at all, but Agam ki bhasha, anubhav ki vani. Who will sing?
आगम की भाषा अनुभव की वाणी.
This is what I said for my Bhagwan's Vachan. Bhakti dena, Shakti dena, Agnanata se hame tar dena. And then Agam ki bhasha, whatever you are speaking, somewhere we'll find it in the scriptures. Agam ki bhasha, but Anubhav ki vani. And more I become worthy, more and more I feel you are just relating what you have experienced. The destination and the path to destination. And the pitfalls. Everything. True? Everything goes in vain if you are not worthy, created worthiness. Your tyag, your vairagya, your bhakti, your niyam, your swadhyay, your satsang, your seva, everything will go in vain. See, understand one thing, because of the absence of these attributes, you cannot develop that receptivity. See, receptivity of words, if your ears are good, you will. Everyone is going to hear every word of it. If the audio systems are fine, if you have no problem like some ears, everything is audible, and I'm not talking of that receptivity. The exact message he is giving you when he's speaking this. Everyone can't hear. Everyone can't. That receptivity comes with that inner worthiness. And the Guru knows what he has to give, and the Guru knows what you have picked up also, or not picked up. He knows that. So the moment he starts realizing that this person is not picking up the messages, he will understand he's the undeserving one. And then he won't waste his energy on it. I'm not saying his compassion will stop, but he's not going to take that extra effort because he knows it's futile. He's an undeserving soul, so giving more samagam or giving more seva is going to do no good. So why should I waste my energy? Let the person first work on his worthiness, pachi dekha jayega. So he is not an idiot. He is very compassionate. But that does not mean he is a dull, dumb person. He is an idiot. He will not waste his energy. The moment he realizes that you are not being receptive to the messages given to you, he can show his love in public, and you are going to find it as a personal romance. This is the uniqueness of a Sadguru. Public सिवाय मले ज नहीं, and still you have your private time in public. Now, are you understanding what I am speaking? Sometimes doesn't your heart says he is speaking only to me? And the person next to you says, no, he was speaking only to me. So why this personal experience in public? He does not need to meet you in one room where it's only you and he or she, whatever. This is privacy regarding a worldly person. When it comes to Sadguru, he can give you a private session in public. So Guru knows it was not going to be effective because he has not created that worthiness, and he doesn't want to waste his energy on an unworthy, undeserving soul. So let's all gear up for this worthiness rather than give us more satsang and give us more seva. Apni param bhakti. Vitrag Purushna Dharmani Upasana means worthiness. So he asked, give me that connection. Give me that worthiness. He never asked for more satsangs. He did not ask for more seva. He did not ask for more darshan. He did not ask to bless his home. He just asked for connection and that worthiness. Beautiful, isn't it? And we have been reciting this every day and realizing it today. True? So, therefore, without being endowed with these four attributes, there is no possibility of liberation in all the three times: past, present, and future. Koi pan kalma. See now the link with 36. Ek hoya trana kalma parmaratno panch. And here again, without cultivating these virtues, there is no possibility. See, we all are tempted by shortcuts in every field. Line ma bhi ubha hoy to pan kevi te kai gus. Shortcuts, we want shortcuts in it, and an aspirant is no exception. Even he will try for shortcuts. Without increasing my worthiness, how can I get it? But in 3 times I said, never happened in the past, will never happen in the future, and will never happen with you. I'm not saying present, I'm saying you. But has never happened in the past, will never happen in the future. You have to create this worthiness, cultivate it. Till then, don't even hope that your inner disease will be cured. Which disease he says? Matena antarroga. These mental cravings, these are going up and going down. All this, it won't. Mental cravings, say ignorance of your true self, say delusion, whichever suits you more. This swinging, this fluctuation, it's not going to be cured. You need to create an inner state which is conducive to self-realization. Nivas, Atmartha Nivas. An inner state which is conducive for self-realization, and delusion will be eradicated. Let's sing.
દશાન એવી જ્યાં સુધી જીવ લહે નહીં જોગ, મોક્ષ માર્ગ પામે નહીં, મટે ન અંતર રોગ.